经过脚背、脚底、脚后跟、脚背、脚底、脚后跟，所以这边会有。
On the most in your injury mechanism, you try back, after step what happened to you? Okay.
So when I was going from here, dropping the bar, twisting the legs, and I went from this position. I feel like I kind of moved a bit out of the way,
Okay.
and then I just dropped.
Deep breathe. Exhale. Yeah. I in recovery in certain period of time. So the goal should correspond very well with the major problem. And the goal, you also find out the solution for each of the goal. So if the major problem is range of motion, first, inadequate range of motion or flexibility, then the goal setting first will be increase strength or increase range of motion. Increase.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
If the major problem is range of motion first, strength, coordination, and the corresponding goal first prioritize is increase range of motion or increase strength or training coordination. You think it's increase range of motion, right? Because you think range of motion is the most important. So your first goal is range of motion. Then your treatment will increase range of motion. So you will design a lot of flexibility prescribed for him.
So for example, all of you participated in the rehabilitation exercise with what? Okay. So today is our last class, and today is the PBL section. So we are going to do the PBL presentation. So could you just introduce yourself first?
I'm the support person.
Okay. And my name is Yan Jai. You can also call me Fanny. I'm the second person who will give you the presentation.
My name is Wei Tan, and I am the third person to introduce our report.
Hello, my name is Inchili, and I'm the last person to give the presentation.
Thank you. And today we have two instructors here, so including myself and also Professor Xu and some of our seniors here. So the topic for this PBL section will be the coordination and balance between the team players and our team. work together. Yeah. Okay, shall we start?
In this PBL course, we explore the coordination and balance between the team and the athletic trainer. We especially focus on the challenge we encountered while assisting with the UBA over the past few days. This is our content, introduce, problem and solution, and conclusion. In this internship or in the basketball game for those 7 days, our role was to serve as support safe, with tasking including handing out water, providing towels, preparing ice packs, and transporting supplies. However, while carrying out these tasks, we often face various challenges. First one is basketball player recognition and networks allocation and numbers bottles or provides towers or not, and that is how to get back use ice packs.
So before we start to discuss our problems, we mainly divide our problems into 2 categories. First is management and coordination issues, and second is equipment and environmental issues. And next, I would like to introduce the management and coordination issues of our problems. Okay, so for this part, we have 2 problems. First, it is basketball players recognition. So like during our process in our internship, we found that we have some difficulties in quickly recognize our players. Like maybe if we want to provide them some supporting equipment or some drinks, we may need some time to think about which number for which person. So we have discussed the next solution, and we think that maybe we can make some tips for early memorizing. Like maybe before we start the intern, and we can maybe to find some a book or a number sheets for each members of our basketball players to recognize them and to memorize. And maybe they have some special personality or special traits that we can find them easily, so that we can be very rapidly recognize them in our process. Yeah. Okay, and the second problem of the management and coordination issues, we found that it is hard for everyone to make the work specialized, because during our internship we also found that maybe at one moment each member will do the same thing, and maybe there's another things we can do for additional help, but maybe we just focus on one thing, and it will make the effective of our help assistant, it may be a little decreased. Yeah, so for this solution, we think that maybe we can evaluate each member's what they're good at, and to make the proper arrangement of each member's main work, so that we can make the effective of our ethical help increase to a higher level. Yeah, and second, we welcome the next person.
Next is the equipment issue. And problem 3 is number water bottles and provide towels or not. And if we provide bottles with numbered and always get them back, it maybe takes lots of time and include us and the players to drink. And the next is players often forgot to bring towers. So in this basketball game, we provide the towers to the players. But there is some problems about hygiene concern and influence the pies. So the solution 3 is number the bottle cap and give the waters to players and give the towers or not. I suggest we can discussions with the basketball players and yes, that we will know how what if they will need it. Yeah. And the problem 4 next. Problem 4 is hard to get back the ice back, and it's difficulty to use the ice bag, resulting some plastic bags problems. So the solution 4 is next. A solution we discussed is players occasionally forget to bring so we can register the user's name and specify the return deadline that can describes the aspect and disappear. Yeah.
So how to achieve a balance between the management and protection for both LC and LC team and trainers? First, actively recognize players and interact with them to increase multiple familiar terms. Second, communicate daily or before the game to accept responsibility and conduct reviews afterward. Third, before the game, check water bottles levels and player health during the game, monitor and refill bench water as needed. Fourth, something used must be returned immediately to process or recorded in the log for future reference. In summary, serve as active interaction, effective communication through preparation and meticulous equipment management, a well-organized and efficient team operation model can be established. Ultimately improving the quality of management and the team overall competitiveness. And above all is our presentation. Thank you.
Very good. It was a very unearthed problem that we face for the team of athletic trainer, because in Taiwan Tech, everybody offer the service with our own time, non-paid service. Therefore, we would like to be recognized for the benefit of the service. That is the reason that we have the problem raised in this PBL class. Is that the 4 main problem that we face, that we wish we can improve this service with the quality. So let's go for the next session for the open discussion. Open, we have a Q&A if we have multiple groups, and now we will have an open discussion among us. So who are better to water distribution can stand for the solution that you provided, and those who are very good in tower distribution, then we will discuss whether we already reach a good conclusion for the guideline that our future junior can follow in the next semester. Okay. So How about Professor Lin? Do you have some comment on this?
So all the problems and solutions that we discussed in the previous section, and also we have our basketball team players discussed together. So I think all the things you mentioned this time is focused on the male basketball team. Yeah. So for the next semester, we have the other score team members, including swimmer and.
Would you introduce yourself? Which university you are belong to? Good. Yeah. Okay.
And also badminton.
Yeah. Badminton team.
So
Okay.
different teams, they have their specific culture. So sometimes we have to change our working style to meet, to cooperate with them. Yeah. So that would be the next semester. Okay. Yeah. And all of you probably can become like a leader to lead the other members. Yeah. Yeah. I think this presentation is very good. Yeah. And we will also present it to our basketball coach, then let them know how hard we work and want to cooperate.
Hello everyone, my name is Luis, and today I will present a paper, and the title of the paper is Enhancing Sports Injury Risk Assessment in Soccer Through Machine Learning and Training Load Analysis. And you can see the literature information here. It's coming from the Journal of Sports Science and Medicine, and this paper was indexed on September 2024. I will move on to the abstract. Sports injury pose significant challenges in athlete welfare and team dynamics, particularly in high-intensity sports like soccer. The study used machine learning algorithms to assess non-contact injury risk in professional male soccer players from physiological and mechanical load variables. 25 professional male soccer players with a first-time non-contact muscle injury were included in the study. Recordings of external load, like speed, distance, and acceleration, deceleration, and internal load, were obtained during all training sessions and official matches over a 4-year period. Machine learning model training and evaluation features were calculated for each of 9 different metrics for a 28-day period prior to the injury and an equaling baseline epoch. The acute surge in the values of each workload metric was quantified by the deviation of maximum values from the average, while the variations of cumulative workload over the last 4 weeks preceding injury were also calculated. 7 features were selected by the model as prominent estimators of injury incidence. 3 of the features concern acute load deviations, and the 4 cumulative load features were total distance, high speed, and sprint running distance, and training load score. The accuracy of the muscle injury risk assessment model was 78% with sensitivity of 73% and specificity of 85%. The model achieved high performance in injury risk detection using a limited number of training load variables. The inclusion for the first time of heart rate related variables in an injury risk assessment model highlights the importance of physiological overload as a contributor to muscle injuries in soccer. By identifying the important parameters, coaches may prevent muscle injuries by controlling surge of training load during training and competition. Next, we move on to the introduction. In high-level soccer, injuries are significant as they impact both player health and team success. Injury prevention and effective rehabilitation are crucial, particularly due to the financial and strategic adjustment required by the teams. Soccer fast-paced and frequent high-impact action make it high-risk sport, increasing injury incidence. Research shows that managing training load intensity, volume, and scheduling plays a critical role in reducing overuse injuries. Advancement in global positioning system, or GPS, and heart rate monitoring allowed detailed tracking of external and internal loads, helping coaches mitigate injury risk by managing training intensity. The acute to chronic workload ratio, or ACWR, is used to balance short-term and long-term training loads to prevent overload. Those safe acute to chronic workload ratio threshold may differ among players. While machine learning models are increasingly applied in injury prediction, soccer-specific models for non-contact muscle injuries are less common. Most machine learning models rely on single-time data points rather than tracking change over time, which may offer deeper insight. The study addressed this gap by evaluating workload deviations over time, incorporating heart rate metrics to improve prediction accuracy for non-contact muscle injuries, providing actionable insight for training load management.
Here's a table of content of the elements that we'll go over. I will briefly summarize the main points of the abstract, going over the introduction, their methodology, their results, and the challenges and areas of future work that they highlight in their conclusion. Starting with the abstract to get a general idea of what the article is about. So the article talks about small electronic and mobile devices with wireless communication capabilities that can be worn on the body as part of devices, accessories, and clothes. And this is a definition that they give for wearable technologies. And sensor incorporated with wearable devices enable the collection of broad spectrum of data that can be processed and analyzed by artificial intelligence. So basically they make the realization that there is a lot of wearable technologies that exist, and their ability to collect a large amount of data has a large potential to be used with artificial intelligence. And what they propose is to do a narrative review of the literature, so going over what exists in the literature when it comes to AI mixed with wearable technologies, and essentially build a story upon it and going over how it is used, what are the potential, what are the pitfalls, and what are the opportunities for the future work that they see. So essentially the article that I have chosen is a literature review that goes over the mixing of AI and wearable technologies. If I go over their introduction, essentially they start by introducing us with the concept of wearable technologies. Wearable technologies, which is defined as a small electronic mobile devices with wireless communication capabilities. It can be worn on the body or as part of the devices, accessories, or clothes, as I said earlier. So it can be clothes, it can be a watch, it can be a bunch of different devices that are worn on the body. But the main component of a wearable technology is that it's worn on the body, so it's something that someone has on them that will collect biomedical data on them, and it can take many shapes or form as displayed by the pictures that I've added here. And wearable technology, what they highlight also is that it's a market that has a large potential of increasing and becoming more and more used. And it's promising in healthcare for diagnosis, as it's something that people would wear on themselves and can collect data on a continuous basis. It can help a lot in doing diagnosis and monitoring medical conditions. It's often useful for measuring the following elements as blood pressure, heart rate, body temperature, electronic measures, and sweat analysis, among other things. Now, once they've introduced the concept of wearable technologies, they go over the idea of artificial intelligence, and basically they say once more that the large volume of data that we can collect from wearable technology and the healthcare application provides a huge potential of artificial intelligence technology to improve how the data are handled, processed, and used. Basically, there is already a large volume of data that exists in healthcare applications, and machine learning, which has a large potential in helping order this large volume of data that we have. And this is why they think it's interesting to go over what are the possibilities to use it in wearable technology, and in wearable technologies in particular, which is a type of technology that collects a lot of data. And they foresee that it could be used in, they mentioned that it could be used in injury prevention, risk management, performance optimization, and in order to improve once more turning a sporting advantage.